very soon. I didn't go, there was only going to do one or two. And the reaction was, I'm really interested in this. So she has now asked for some work to be done on it through brands and Emmy as well.
There is some leadership from the business sector on the Sandy, but if you're going to invest in your building, and if you've got a neighbour on either side that's not, that's bringing your investment down and the whole town down. So in some ways, it would be better if all business owners believed in what we were going to do, and we did it together because we knew it was going to be beneficial for us. And that's why we need information to help you get to that stage. We want to hear that, because the last thing we want is people, going in first and then losing their investments, or holding back because you're hoping the government will change, and then they don't. And meanwhile you've had a town that you've had a few 100,000 people go through and not taking advantage of it.
I think there are a number of buildings that would not reach the 34% already.
Yep.
So I think the owners know that.
Yep.
So probably they're a little more reserved,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Because even to fix the verandas is a cost where the building may not be there, or maybe torn down, or the cost to make it safe might be just too much.
And the difficulty we've got is that you can't just double the rentals, because the businesses aren't doing that well compared to, so you would close them down if you acted too quickly. So there is you've all got a difficult decision to make on how much you invest and how soon, and how much the whole market will take to absorb that cost. And it may well be that it's a sunk cost. It's, if you like, that building, you may have bought it for that price with that model, but you've lost money, and then you're building from then on. We don't know how people are going to react to this. You may not be able to put the rentals up to justify the investment that needs to be done. I don't know. That's a decision that I don't think anyone of you could tell me.
I actually looked at a building a little while back, and it's quite a large building. One of the things I've noticed is we have very large buildings on the main street. And at one point in time, obviously, it was divided into two businesses that had two doors, and there was a wall running at some point. I contacted council to see if I was to divide that, and that's what I was looking at. If I was to divide that, what would happen with the rates? I was told they would double. And my feeling with that is it didn't make a lot of sense to me, because the floor area is the same. So if I wanted to divide it into two, why would I have to pay twice the rates on that location? Nothing else was changing structurally.
We'll turn the debate into a rating debate, and that will set everyone on fire.
Oh, no. But what I'm saying is,
I'm sorry.
wanting people to invest in the town.
Yeah, when we
just
apply our rates, one could be just simply the greater the value, you just have a standard rate in the dollar, and the bigger the dollar value, the more rates you pay. Then there's an equity issue that everyone benefits a certain amount of services, and therefore there should be a fixed cost that if you're going to pay your rates, you pay a lump sum amount, and then you pay a variable amount. And typically we have a third sort of fixed cost and 2/3 that would vary depending on the value of the property. When you subdivide an existing property, you have two businesses running, so they should both be paying their third fixed cost and their third fixed cost. So typically it's not double your rates, but every time you divide an existing property up into 2 or 3, you're paying that fixed cost on top of what you were paying before.
But there's no other services, no changes.
Well, it is because you brought extra people in. There's more people in the town. There's more businesses in the town. So we're paying more to maintain the town. So that's where this fixed cost came from, and that was where it was. Sorry, you can tell from my accent. Margaret Thatcher introduced poll costs, where literally everything was applied to the number of people there, because they're the ones that generated the services. So it's the same example. The number of businesses or rating units we have, there's a lot of fixed costs that get loaded on before you do the variable one. That is a debate that nobody agrees with or disagrees with. It's just what we have, and it's a vote of contention for a lot of people. But that's just the way we apply rates. Roughly 1/3 fixed, 2/3 variable, depending on the value.
Doesn't help you run a little bit also.
No, it still means that you would get, yes, if you divide, then you'll get another lump sum figure applied.
Not twice, as It's not double.
No, it's not double.
It's not, it's only the fixed cost.
Yeah.
Well, I did ask that question, actually, I was told it was double.
No, it's not.
No. That you pay double the fixed cost, but not the total one.
Mm.
I always like to think outside the square. What are people's thoughts about getting rid of the verandas altogether? Or is the verandas our town's attraction?
How do you act?
What's that?
Okay. You'd be like Paris.
That makes sense. You know, it's on that street. Can we have footpaths from the where?
You need some veranda,
Some sort of
not
veranda.
necessarily as wide, but you do need some veranda for the foot traffic.
See, I told you always going to think outside the square. Because some cities don't have verandas at all.
No, yeah,
And it's a pain in the neck.
and you don't stop there
Yes.
because you're going to get wet.
You could supply people with umbrellas.
So just trying to summarise where we've got to so far. First of all, you're saying that you trust us enough that you want us to work with you on this issue. It's not just your issue. You want it to be our issue, collectively in this room, by the council and business. You can't make a decision until you've got more information, but you would like us to look at, first of all, is there an opportunity to get an engineering resource that could then be brought to the town, so you're not bringing them all in individually, so we can explore that. And you're interested in doing it earlier on in the sort of the 5-year than later, but you still reserve the right to do it or not do it depending on cash flow. As far as verandas go, you believe that we should have verandas, and you don't mind a bit of standard design coming in if it can lower the overall cost. Is that a fair summary of what we've said at the moment?
It's good to see you taking notice.
That was well a note. Okay, so you made the comment earlier on that demolishing the building is the last thing we want. At the same time, I think we're saying that it is your decision, and I would probably prefer a building demolished to be a useful space than a derelict building bringing down everyone else's values. But I think if you individually, that is where you want to go, you haven't got good rents coming in, it costs too much, it leaks or whatever, then all I'm saying is that is an option we can talk about. But what we really want to do is make the town thrive and for everyone to earn a lot more than they are at the moment. So that may not fit in with that, but we're open to those ideas. So there's not been much negative feedback on it. Is it because you just resigned to the fact that we're in this and you've just got to get on with it, or is it just is not the environment that you can raise those issues?
The negative people stay away.
One thing we're going to have to see all the people aren't here.
Yeah.
I can't see any point in being negative. I mean, in order to go forward, you've got to be positive. You can't do that with a negative thing.
So I think what council's done is it's tried to do its bit by showing you that we believe in the town, we're prepared to invest in the town with your money, but we're prepared to invest in it. But it is only going to succeed with you investing in your buildings. And at the moment, we've got, talking about powers, you could say there's a lot of unsafe, unsanitary situations that exist as far as verandas and drainage and all that goes on there. We've deliberately held back because we would rather do it with you than at you, if you like, on there. That is, we're a business-friendly council, so we'd rather work with you on that. We may end up at a stage, in those when those people who don't go on the journey, what do we do with them? You may be clamouring then that your investment is being hampered by the people who aren't doing it. But we're not at that stage at the moment. I think we're at the stage where the more we can work together willingly, obviously that's the better option. Yes.
Penny alluded, and an aside really, about the resource consents that are required for any work. And I think probably one of the goodwill gestures for that will be anybody caught by this is the approach that's taken to those charges.
I think, first of all, everything can be considered. I think the kickback that you get, this is a building owners people, if you're a ratepayer that's struggling to pay your rent, they assume that you're all millionaires, you're raking in all the money, therefore why should we be paying ratepayers' money to help you? So, but council's got to balance those views. So it's fair to say, even when we talk about what incentives can we provide you, there is a bit of a kickback to say, well, hang on, this is a business. Your income is through your building. So I think anything can be considered, and paying resource rents, helping with design, all those, those things are all on the table. But I think it will be a decision that the community will finally make through a consultation process, where they may say, no, businesses need to be on their own, or no, we want the town to look good, we want it to be upgraded, and if all we've got to do is put a bit of our rate money, it's good, it's value for money, and we want to do it. And so I wouldn't like to predict where it will be, but certainly I think if that's what will help you, then it's worth having that discussion. But I can't guarantee how the community would react to it, or how the councillors would finally make that decision.
It's just, to me, it's like an 80% discount on any of these ones that are having to do work because of enforced things, or even because they're wanting to redo their veranda to be part of the beautification thing. They don't need to be going out there and being hit with a couple of $1,000s in resource consent fees to get it started. Rather have that money put in and making the town look good.
One thing that has been brought up to government too is tax incentive. People having to do this, so it should be a write-off of some kind. They have yet to make their mind up on it. The previous government actually did not say no to it, but they felt it was too difficult to bring in. I think that's more to. Again, that has been another part of it. Celeste's looking at is there a tax write-off for people doing this work?
The rules around earthquake strengthening and tax are just a bit nasty, really.
Well, that's what she needs to look at. That it has to be changed. It has to have legislative change. No one, most governments aren't keen on that stuff.
And the other unintended consequence of towns like ourselves is that they did have a percentage that if you do so much percent of work on your building, you then got required to bring it up to modern standards. So, even if you've got a really cheap building, putting a veranda and a few things like that, if that triggered, what's the percentage is it?
I can't remember, but it's something like a third.
Yeah, so if a third of the value of your building gets triggered, you're then required to put in all the disabled access and all those sorts of fire things at that time you're doing the strengthening. So that again, we try to get them to lift up the trigger when that applies, because we don't want people not to do work just because they're in a building that doesn't need to have modern standards. It's just going to make it totally uneconomic. So those sorts of things we're working on, but at the moment they exist.
The two items that there's clawback on are access and facilities for the disabled and fire egress for people in the building. And that can include the need for alarms and all sorts of fancy stuff. And limit a sprinkler system. No. None of you really want to get involved with those things, I think.
So we're working to try and get that lesson, but at the moment that's the implication of it.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that we need to talk about? Is there any other ideas that we haven't counted? Someone said, right, the helping with resource concerns, standard design, those things we've covered. Is there anything else that would help you? It's no use saying we'll pay you to do it, because obviously it is going to cost you money, and that's why the difficulty is you've got to get the benefit back. But if we can do things that make it cheaper collectively, that without the cost to the ratepayer, they're the easy ones, like getting an engineer in, or doing standard designs, or doing things together.
Just a personal comment as a relative newcomer. I don't think there's a choice to do other than what you've just outlined a moment ago. This is a rural hub, and if you let it die, that's it. And one of the things that really brings me on is the fact that the rail may stop here again. I first came to Tamarunui in 1957 on the night train, and of course it's always been, hasn't it, on the main trunk line. And it got so much potential, and I really don't think cost and all aside, that we can really say, no, let's kick it together.
So, steps from here, if you need any information, the letter you got gave Alistair as a contact, so any sort of background information you need, that's still the point of source on there. We will follow through some of those ideas that you've suggested tonight. We have to reach those who went to the meeting tonight just to see if there's other ideas out there. And then we could regroup again in whatever time it takes us to gather that sort of information. But what I've seen is, as I said before, is a willingness to work together as a business community with council to try and tackle these issues. I didn't hear anyone saying, yes, you're going to be making a business decision, but at the same time, you didn't want to do it on your own. You were quite willing to work with us on that, which was great. So has anyone not said something that they wanted to say, because it's not been appropriate? Now is the time. Just any comments or information you needed?